everybody, what's going on? It is Alex of Coin Collector. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I know I did. And I got a few books for Christmas, and one I'm going to go through right now. This book is called the U.S. Era Coin Bible 2026. It's a 3-in-1 by Arthur K. Linden. And it says includes PCGS images. And the PCGS I am very familiar with. And if you are any sort of numismatist, you know all about PCGS like I do. I can open her up, and there's an introduction. Just skimming through the introduction, it's pretty much just telling you what the book is going to be about. Kind of like how YouTubers' intros is like telling you what their video is going to be about type situation. And then an introduction to era coins. The next few pages are just like explaining what eras are, the role, and it's stuff I've covered on this page before because I have covered errors in coins several times before. I just haven't covered it in book form because I had no idea there was such a book. There are clip planchets. It happens when the planchet isn't properly punched from out of a strip during coin production. If a coin with a missing edge, as if a bite has been taken out of it. You can take a look at here, and one thing that I like is the author credits the image source. That's a modern thing, is the author crediting the image source. You didn't have to do that, but that was it's pretty cool. Go ahead and visit image courtesy of eraref.com if you want to see more on the clipped planchets or incomplete planchets, which occur when the blank coin is only partially punched from the metal strip, leaving a section of the coin's edge irregular or unfinished. So this is what a proper incomplete planchet looks like. This 1974 Jefferson nickel with a genuine incomplete punch error provides a clear example type of rough unfinished edge, and this is an image I've actually seen online several times in the past couple of months when I'm just doing more coin stuff. And down here we have a blank planchet. These occur when the coin is struck, but the details aren't struck on the coin. The planchet is struck, but you don't see any detail. And you could get an idea on what it could be based on its size, on its color, but it's just a blank coin. And you also have something called a ROM planchet. Like if a quarter was struck on a cent planchet or a dollar coin was struck on a nickel planchet, that's another error. And this dollar coin was not struck on the right planchet there. It could be way too big, way too small, and look very, very weak. We got another wrong planchet error. It's a Monroe dollar struck on a dime planchet, which was what we had just seen. This is a nickel quarter planchet there, and we have strike errors, which this is an off-center strike. This is extremely off-center, and I've seen coins where they are slightly off-center, but it's so subtle you need a microscope to actually see they're off-center. And then there's the extreme versions like that, and like this. It's a 1992 cent that shows a second strike that is off-center compared to the first strike there. I know I'm skimming through this book, just showing you the contents. I'm definitely gonna read more in depth, off camera. But if there's something you saw you want me to take a second look at, or if there's anything that strikes your fancy, let me know down below, and I can definitely show more. Here is something I didn't cover when I covered the era coins in a video I did. It's been a while, but I didn't cover weak strike. It occurs when a coin receives an inefficient pressure during the striking process, leading to faint or incomplete details in the design. It can happen if the dies aren't fully engaged with the planchet, resulting in a much lighter impression like this Montana quarter here. I've seen very old coins that have been in circulation or buried for a long time that also have this amount of detail, but that's because they've been in the ground for hundreds, if not thousands of years. This is an error, and this is an error coin. This is another 1983 5-cent coin with a second strike that was a low pressure second strike. So like you can see how it was struck twice, and it looks actually pretty goofy. Get broad strike coins. They occur when a coin is struck without the support of the collar, and the retaining ring shapes the coin's edge. It keeps its metal contained during striking without the collar's direction. This was outward, and it results in this kind of border design. And it looks like all these images. Here's a penny that's been struck, and this one's particularly to my heart because of the year. Look at the next page here. It's more broad strike examples. And this one's broad struck and off center. A coin can actually have several errors. It could be broad struck or have a die cap and be off center and be on the wrong planchet all at the same time. It's very rare, and it makes them that much more valuable, but it happens. Look here, we have die errors. This is the die crack. It happens due to immense pressure and stress that the coin dies endure during the minting process. Each time a die strikes a planchet, it experiences tremendous impact over time. This repeated stress can cause the die to weaken and eventually crack. Here's the die crack. It's a little more extreme. We got a 1945 nickel with a die crack there. The cent has it. More examples. And there's also die clashes, where the coin, if I can move the blankets, I can actually get some more light on this. And it happens, but a coin die, this is a die clash error, happens when a coin die, the metal piece used to stamp the design. That's kind of worded weird. I think that's a grammatical error there. But aside from that, it happens when the blank coin strikes the opposing die without a planchet. So we have an example of a rotated die clash there. That you can see how the obverse and the reverse are clashing. Then on the reverse it was clashed awfully. It's rotated, so it doesn't look right. You also have die breaks. It occurs when a portion of the die fractures or breaks away, leaving a void in the die that can transfer under the coin during striking. It can be raised, lowered. It can be significantly. It can differ significantly from typical coin minting. And again, it's mostly nickels and cents, mostly because they're the most common hunted and the most common finds. Cent or penny boxes are so much cheaper to hunt than the rest of the coins because it's only 25 bucks. And I think nickels are 100, and you can go up to quarters, which are like a grand a box. So it can be quite expensive to hunt the higher denominations, especially if you have a couple of skunk boxes you need to take back to the bank. It can be very expensive, which is why I stuck with the cent for as long as I did. We have cud errors. It occurs when the portion of the die along the edge breaks away, leaving a void that metal fills during the striking process. Very interesting. This cud, if you didn't know what you were looking for, I would say that looked like post-mint damage if I didn't know what I was looking for. But it's actually a little too perfect to be just post-mint error, so I can understand why it's a cut error. And there's some more of them. We got the repunched mint marks. When Rob Finds Treasure does his nickel hunts, he had done a nickel box hunt and fill. He finds key dates like D over S's, and that's what a repunched mint mark error is. A D over S. The S gets punched and then a D gets punched over it. You can see the error. It's 2 mint marks instead of the typical 1 that you see in your standard coin. The last error that it covers is plating errors. It occurs when there's an issue with a metal layer applied to the surface, typically on coins that feature a core metal coated with a thin plating like modern cents. Like if it's copper coated zinc, like the modern cents are, like this, and that's where it happens. On to page 26 here, it covers famous error coins, like the 1955 DDO of the wheat cent that can be worth up to $100,000 in the right condition. And there's a poor man's double die, but this is a true double die. It happens, but the coin is struck, and then it's rotated slightly, and the same design is struck once more. Another famous error is we have the 3-legged buffalo nickel, the 1967 SDDO, a 1998 P Lincoln cent. That's a double strike error. There's also a broad strike, maybe even a cut at the same time. There's multiple errors on that coin. We got the 1918 88 P Lincoln cent, 1922 No D Lincoln cent, and I have covered all these multiple times on my channel. A 2000 Sacagawea dollar / Washington quarter mule. It's quarter struck on the dollar planchet there. The Cheerios dollar, which if you take a look, the Cheerio dollar the eagle has a braided tail versus the straight feather tail. The 1990 No S Memorial cent, the 1942 Jefferson No Philadelphia nickel, the 1909 Lincoln cent without Victor David Brenner's initials on it, the 2000 Virginia quarter off-center planchet. These are 2 I have not covered. So I think, but they kind of speak for themselves. We got a 2007 W American Eagle Frosted Freedom, 2007 D Lincoln cent thick plating, It looks like the plating's a little thicker and chipped off a little bit there. 2007 Pete Dime die break, Silver Eagle Obverse Weavers die. As you can see, all these are pretty famous coin errors. This book also has tools for detecting and evaluating said errors. You got magnification tools, whether it's a microscope or a handheld magnifier, or the loops for your glasses. We also got macro lenses in the smartphones. We have coin scales and calipers, and it's all common tools that are tricks of the trade that I'm sure you've seen your favorite numismatist channel cover. There's also natural daylight. If it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun is beaming inside the window, you can go towards the window, and the natural sunlight is actually a good indicator to tell you the shape of the coin. You also have like the Pixar lamps, those desk lamps with adjustable arms. Those are good to use as well. And there's also professional grading services like a PCGS or an NGC or something that you can grade the coins. But when it comes to using like PCGS and NGC and all these coin graders, unless you're certain your coin is in the right condition, and you gotta be certain of like 5 things before you go mill your coin in. It's expensive, and you don't get your coin back for over a month sometimes. You'll have NGC, PCGS, ANAX, ICG. You got those are where you can send it in. But it's expensive, it's lengthy, and I don't recommend it unless you're very certain it can actually be graded. Like Rob Finds Treasure is someone I watch. A few years back, he sent in a very good condition Indian head cent, only for PCGS to say it had been clean and it was not gradable. So even if you're not 100% sure, don't send it in. We got weight dimensions, examination die markers, composition analysis. It basically goes through the how to spot a coin error and how to do what coin collectors do if you're getting started. And it also tells you about historical sales and auction highlights. Like the 1974 aluminum penny reached over 200,000. And it tells you about utilizing online marketplaces and recognizing rarities, avoiding counterfeits. Like there could be a lot of counterfeits. One of the most common counterfeits that reach pawn shops is the Fugio cent. It's very rare, and it can be counterfeited. But a good pawn shop owner or worker measures it on the scale, and if it's a certain weight, they can be sure it's real. They talk about more advanced strikes that actually I could definitely do a separate video on if I haven't talked about them already. I could definitely do a separate video on some of these more advanced strikes like the flip over double strike. When I did my video a while back, I didn't even know this type of error existed. It occurs during the coin minting process when a struck coin fails to eject properly from the press, and it can happen in a few ways. Just pause the video to read it if you're so inclined. this is important, is protecting your investment. Uh, let's say you have some really rare coins, just use a couple of gloves, store in an arid environment or low humidity, use cotton gloves, avoid cleaning the coins, and check the condition regularly. Uh, if you store your coin like this, and there was really nothing on it, the chances are it's not going to degrade any more than it already. Take for example, this nickel already has. This nickel was already highly circulated when I got it, with the hole that represents Liberty's ear, and you can't really see. You can see the eyes, nose, and the mouth, but you can't see the Liberty detail. It's already a pretty worn coin, but it hasn't worn down anymore since I've put it in the flap here. So if it's in a low humidity environment and you do all that stuff, your coins and your investment should stay relatively good condition for the time you have it. And if you don't, they have a page on how to sell it, but I skimmed ahead. But they have evaluation, understanding rarity, and URS, which is the universal rarity scale. From 0 is none known, 1 is unique, up to URS 20, which could be up to 500,000 that are known. That's actually quite a few errors. And of course, 500,000 is a drop in the bucket compared to the billions of coins that have ever been minted. And it's talking about professional grading, auction highlights of record sales, understanding counterfeit, and the price of some auction records, like this Lincoln cent from 1969 that's sold for $126,500. Third-party authentication, and then selling, like I said, and doing research on dealers, sellers, price. Let's say if you want to sell it, pricing your coin sale, negotiation tactics, and then book 3 is profitability trends and market insights, which this is stuff I don't really cover. When it comes to like building a portfolio and selling coins and buying coins and having your own coin store and all that, that's stuff I don't cover because I'm not interested in buying and selling. Yes, I'll buy coins for my own private collection, but I have no interest in selling any of my coins. Maybe once I get bigger, I can sell merch on my merch store, but that's just conservative pro collecting merch, not coins. Maybe one day. My long-term goal is to definitely have a coin shop. Just find someone else who's also as nutty as I am about coins and open a coin shop one of these days. But that's like 30 or 40 years down the line. I don't see myself selling or buying coins for profit anytime soon. This is the 3-in-1 Era Coin Bible of 2026 from Arthur K. Linden. And on the back of it, it's what if I told you that a single overlooked penny could be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And some of the rare examples could be millions. And it just tells you what the book is, and inside you'll learn. If you follow my channel for any length of time, this book is essentially a review of what I've covered over the years of me doing this, and it's a cool book to have. Let's say one of these days the internet apocalypse happens and the Wi-Fi internet's gone forever. Books can't get hacked. It's good to have that book and that knowledge. I am more old-fashioned when it comes to that, but I also love the internet as well. Mixture of both for me. I'm a conservative coin collector, You know what to do by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing, and doing all that. Until next time, I'm signing off. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas, a future Happy New Year, and I'm signing off. Bye-bye.